Okay, I have a problem. I have a problem. It's a it's the baby in the microwave problem. Now, for those of you who have seen the Flash movie, you know what I'm talking about. For those of you who haven't seen the Flash movie, there's a scene early in the movie where Flash is at a hospital and the hospital is collapsing. And because of that, some babies on an upper floor are thrown through a window and they're about to plummet to their death. Barry sees this, and using the rubble that's all around, he uses his speed to, climb up the various rubble, take the babies, line them up in a row, one of which is a baby that he puts in a microwave. There's a reason for it. I'm not justifying it. It's still stupid, but there's an actual reason for it, and I'll get to it later. He then goes back to the ground, grabs a gurney, grabs the babies, as well as the baby that's in the microwave. Now, here's my problem. There are of all the people who are trashing this movie, all the people who don't like this movie, all the people who hate this movie, are quick to point out and quick to establish how this movie is a mess and this movie is stupid and this movie is garbage, and is using the example of Barry putting the baby in the microwave as an example. So it's like, okay, so now again, I'm not saying it's not a problem. I'm agreeing that it's a problem, except that's the only problem they have with that scene. Again, also with the special effects, but that's irrelevant because even if the special effects were perfect, even if the special effects were amazing, you would all still have a problem with Barry putting a baby in a microwave, right? Okay, so the only problem you really have with that scene is Barry putting a baby in a microwave. Here's my problem. The babies were falling from at least, 15 stories? How did they survive the fall? Yes, Barry was using a gurney, but that thing wasn't padded enough to cause those babies to survive a 15-story fall. Those babies should have splattered when they hit the gurney. So let me see if I get this straight. You had a problem with Barry putting a baby in a microwave, but you didn't have a problem with the baby surviving a 15-story fall. Okay. After Barry, saves the babies, including the baby in the microwave dings to let Barry know there's a baby in the microwave. So let me see if I get this straight. You had a problem with Barry putting a baby in a microwave, but you didn't have a problem with an unplugged microwave somehow dinging. Barry uses his speed to take all the babies and kind of line them up in a row. Why didn't Barry just use his speed powers to just, climb up the debris, grab a baby, bring him down, put it down safely, grab the baby, bring it down? You didn't have a problem. You had a problem with Barry putting a baby in a microwave, but you didn't have a problem with Barry not actually using his speed powers properly to be able to save the babies? I mean, you guys are supposed to be comic book fanboys. You guys are supposed to know about these characters. Do you not know how the Flash's powers work? Like, he could have saved the babies the same way he saved the hostages in the Justice League movie that were captured by Steppenwolf. So you had a problem with Barry putting a baby in a microwave, but you didn't have a problem with Barry not using his speed powers properly. The only way, so let me see if I get this straight. You were too fucking stupid to notice or realize that an unplugged microwave dinging was stupid, but you somehow had a problem with Barry putting a baby in a microwave. You were too fucking stupid to realize that the babies falling 15 stories should have killed them, but you had a problem with Barry putting a baby in a microwave. You're too fucking stupid to not know what the Flash's powers are, but you were somehow able to have a problem with Barry putting a baby in a microwave. Now, here's the thing. When I call out the stupid in movies that people like, their defense is, it's a comic book movie, just turn your brain off. So I'm thinking, okay, you turned your brain off. Well, how did you turn your brain off enough to not have a problem with the babies surviving a 15-story fall? You somehow had your brain turned off enough to not have a problem with an unplugged microwave dinging, and you turned your brain off enough to not have a problem with Barry not using his speed properly, but you somehow had the ability to realize that Barry putting a baby in a microwave was ridiculous. Please tell me that the reason you noticed that, despite the fact that you were brain dead stupid, the reason you were still able to notice that Barry putting the baby in the microwave was so blatantly ridiculous you couldn't miss it. Okay. Let's do a comparison. An unplugged microwave dinging, Barry putting a baby in a microwave. Which one is more blatantly stupid? Oh! An unplugged microwave dinging is more blatantly stupid than Barry putting a baby in a microwave. Yet somehow you missed the more blatantly stupid one, and you somehow caught the less blatantly stupid one. Let's try another one. Babies surviving a 15-story fall. Barry putting a baby in a microwave. Which one of these is more blatantly, obviously stupid? Oh! The baby's surviving a 15-story fall. Yet somehow you missed the more blatantly stupid one and somehow caught the less blatantly stupid one. Do you see my problem here? Do you see my dilemma of the baby in the microwave? Is I have no idea how you guys are so brain dead fucking stupid to miss the more blatantly obviously stupid, but somehow we're able to catch the less ridiculous thing that happened in that scene. Because the other example, because again, when I explain to people the problems in movies they like, they go, "Oh, it's a comic book movie, just let it go." So then why not just let it go so if your only problem with that scene is Barry putting the baby in the microwave, if in other movies that you liked, there was brain dead, blatant stupid that you noticed and you just let it ride because it's a comic book movie, why aren't you doing it with this movie? Like there's this, I believe it's in Infinity War. There's the scene where Scott, the rat, there's the van, and the rat goes over the remote control and somehow causes Scott Lang to appear in the van. See, you guys noticed that the rat just randomly going over the remote control was stupid and ridiculous, but you somehow missed the fact that the quantum device wasn't plugged in, so how did it actually, bring Scott back if it wasn't plugged in? You somehow missed the fact that, just like with the microwave not being plugged in but still dinging, you somehow missed that the quantum device wasn't plugged in but somehow still worked. You missed that, why was the van in the storage locker? Why wouldn't the van be in an impound? You missed that, but you caught the rat going over the remote control. How the hell did they get the van in the storage locker? How the hell did Scott get the van out of the storage locker? Like, that you miss, but you somehow had a problem with the rat going over the remote control. But despite you missing all of the blatant brain dead stupid in the scene, and the only thing you actually noticed and actually realized was ridiculous was the rat walking over the remote control and somehow magically turning on the quantum device. Not only that, why was the quantum device even in the van? Why wouldn't the people at, the PIM Industries that weren't blipped, why wouldn't they claim the quantum device for their own and they just keep it in storage? Why would it be sent? Whatever. The point is, even though the only brain dead stupid you noticed in that scene was the rat randomly going over the remote control, you went, that's okay, it's a comic book movie, that's just how things work, and you let it go. Okay, so why aren't you letting Barry putting the baby in the microwave go? Why aren't you letting that go? Do you see my dilemma? Do you see the baby in the microwave problem that I have here? Is that not only are those of you complaining about again, this movie has brain dead stupid. I'm not defending the movie. My problem is, why is it that this movie doesn't get away with the bullshit that movies you do like get away with? I mean, like, not only are you guys, brain dead stupid, you're hypocritical bullshit artists. Again, you guys had a problem with, Barry putting a baby in the microwave, but you didn't have a problem with the movie contradicting itself. Because later on in the movie, Barry explains to the younger Barry, because when the younger Barry gets his powers and he burns his clothes off, the older Barry, our Barry, goes to him and says, well, the friction causes, your clothes to burn, which is why you can move a microwave, which is why you can move the microwave, but you can't move the babies. And it's like, well, okay, but then how was Barry able to move the hostages in the Justice League movie? Like you guys are trying to find reasons to trash this movie, but you somehow didn't have a problem with this movie contradicting itself, but you had a problem with Barry putting a baby in a microwave. I mean, it just... This is what I mean by the baby in the microwave problem. I don't understand how you guys work. I don't understand how you can have a problem with Barry putting a baby in a microwave, but have no problems with anything else that happens in this movie. I don't see how you can let other movies get away with their bullshit stupid, but you're not letting this movie get away with the bullshit stupid. Another thing that I noticed is that people are going, because this movie, okay, this is a little bit separate from the baby in the microwave problem, but it has to do with the Flash movie in general. Those of you who are trashing this movie are using the fact that this movie bombing is an example of, nobody wanted this movie. Nobody asked for this Flash movie. And it's like, well, yeah, but nobody asked for the Guardians of the Galaxy movie either. But y'all ended up loving that movie. So the fact that it was a movie that nobody asked for, does it apply when a movie is liked, but it somehow applies when a movie isn't liked? And you guys, and those of you trashing this movie, pick and choose when the audience opinion matters. Like, because this movie is most likely going to bomb, it's, oh, see, this is proof that this movie sucks. Nobody wants to watch it, which is why it's going to bomb. But at the same time, you'll take that same audience, and if it's a movie you don't like and that movie ends up doing well, you end up going, that same audience that you agreed with, if they like a movie you don't like, you then go, yeah, but that's because they're idiots and they don't know what they're talking about. They don't know anything. You guys constantly establish you're full of shit, but you don't realize that you're full of shit. You have a problem with a baby in a microwave, but you don't have a problem with you being hypocritical bullshit artists. You have a problem with Barry putting a baby in a microwave, but you don't have a problem with the fact that your brain you're so fucking stupid you don't notice any of the other problems in that scene. This you guys kill me. This is why discourse on comic book movies with you guys means absolutely nothing. It's meaningless because like I said, it's the baby in the microwave problem. You have a problem with that, but you don't have a problem with everything else surrounding it. It's anyway. Had to get that off of my chest. Had to get that out. If anybody who is actually seeing this video, if you have a solution to this problem, please in the comments let me know what the answer is, because I don't know how it works. I don't know how it works. Anyway, I'm out of here. See ya.